something that you have to undo to realize God? Well, guess what? It's negative ego. God equals man minus ego. We have to minus the ego. We have to transcend the ego, and then we can realize God. So, what we have to undo is the very thing that caused us to fall unconscious in the first place. We have to undo over-identification with matter. We have to undo over-identification with the matter of our physical body and with the matter of this physical world. And as we learn to recenter our identity in our essence, which is our monad, our mighty I Am presence, our eternal self, fully enlightened self, our Buddha nature, our Christ self, whatever term you prefer to call your true essence. As we learn to recenter our sense of identification in our essence, we will learn to transcend over-identification with matter. And as we learn to transcend over-identification with matter, we will naturally transcend separation. Because we will learn once again to look at life through the eyes of our essence, through the eyes of our monad and mighty I Am presence, or eternal self, etc. And as we hence learn to transcend separation, we will gradually, naturally transcend fear, because we will now see that fear was nothing more than the false evidence of being a body that just appeared real because our thoughts create our reality. So as we learn to transcend over-identification with the matter of our body, and as we learn to re-establish and recenter our sense of identification in our essence, we will transcend separation, we will transcend fear, hence we will no longer live in illusion. We will no longer live in the illusion of thinking that we are a body and that we are separate from God, Brahma, Allah, and everyone else as well. And as a further consequence, we will no longer live out of our lower self, and it will be very, very easy for us to let go of all lower self habits and addictions, because we will remember again more and more that we are the higher self, the eternal self. And so also we will no longer be selfish, but we will become really selfless. Actually, as we are becoming selfless, we are really becoming spiritually selfish in a sense, because we will remember once again that I am you and you are me, and we are one because God, Brahma, Allah, etc. has only one son and or one daughter, and we all share in this one sonship and our one daughtership of God. And so we will see once again that whatever I give to you, I give to myself. And that whatever I take from you, I take it away from myself. And so as we learn to transcend over-identification with matter, we can release fear, we can release separation, we can release fear, illusion, lower self, selfishness. And we will also transcend duality, because we will no longer base our self-worth on our physical body and on what we possess in a material sense. So we will re-establish, we will remember once again, oh my God, God, Brahma, Allah created me, so I'm the most valuable thing in all of creation. And so is everyone else as well. And so there will be no more need to judge and attack and criticize others and put others down, because as we transcend over identification with our body and with the material world, we will transcend negative ego duality. And so, the more and more we realize who we are, the more and more we are able to recenter our sense of identification in our essence and transcend over identification with the form of the physical body, the more and more we will once again learn to think like a God. Because our monad, our mighty I am presence, the eternal self, our Buddha nature, the Christ self, or whatever term you prefer, that is our true identity. And that is the individualized spark of God, of Brahma, of Allah, who we are. And so, as we learn to transcend over identification with the body, and as we learn to see again through the eyes and consciousness of our monad and mighty I am presence, we will once again become fully right with ourselves. And we will once again, finally, be able to form right relationships again, because we will no longer project our own fear, our own separation, our own duality or dualistic thinking onto other people. So for the first time in a very long time, we will be able to see again and think again like a God. And so, as we learn to transcend over identification with matter, and as we learn more and more to realize again that we are monad, that we are the mighty I am, we will come to realize that this whole process of switching our identity from being body-focused or related to being monadically attuned is called ascension. And so we will come to realize that to ascend means to descend your monad, your mighty I am presence, your eternal self, your Buddha nature onto earth, into your body on earth. And so you will come to realize that this process of descending your monad and raising your frequency, that this whole process of ascension happens in stages. And so you will come to realize that this step-by-step process of realizing your identity once again is called the process of initiation. Because you will come to realize that whenever you take an initiation, you are being initiated into a higher level of consciousness and awareness. So you will come to realize that as you ascend, that whenever you take an initiation, your monad, your mighty I am presence, in essence, is downloading an aspect of its light into your consciousness on earth. So whenever you take an initiation, you become lighter and lighter, because whenever you take an initiation, your monad, your mighty I am presence, your true identity, downloads or anchors an aspect of its light into your consciousness on earth.